What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to take a look at the good, the bad, and the need for improvement from last night's game, or the refs. Let's get right into it, everybody. Okay guys, so I'm repping the Lions versus ref shirts. I know a couple of you guys actually bought those last night. I really appreciate all of you guys that did that, all of you guys that supported. That's amazing. Again, if you guys still want one, link is in the description. I'll leave it in there, okay? Go to the Dot Shop, and on the Dot Shop you can find the Lions versus ref shirt. But I just appreciate all of you guys even looking at it, okay? That's just amazing. Wrote down some good, wrote down some bad, and it wrote down what needs to be improved, okay? Now, these are my takeaways. We always do these takeaways. I just didn't do it last night because it was so late by the time I got off stream. I would have been maybe uploading the video at 1:30 in the morning, and that would have just been a waste of time. So I might as well do it now when I'm actually kind of awake and I can kind of sleep on it, relax, kind of take a step back and understand what really happened, okay? So we're going to start off with the good, but then we're going to look at the bad. Now we're going to look at the need for improvement, and I have a lot of things to really talk about in this video. It should be exciting. I think you guys will enjoy it. Let's get right into it. All right, we're going to start off with some good because, yes, you know, there's all the talk about the refs, but I want to kind of not look at that right this second. Instead, I want to look at some other stuff. So the first thing with good, Matthew Stafford. For most of the game, Matthew Stafford played a really good game. In my opinion, Matthew Stafford was really, really good. Now, sure, did he miss a couple of passes here and there? Yeah, but every quarterback does. It wasn't like he was the only one that did. Aaron Rodgers missed passes too. He didn't have a turnover, which is huge. When you're on the road, I mean, having turnovers can kill you. He didn't have one of them. So he didn't have one turnover, and that's huge. I think that's priority number one. Two, he had a lot of big plays. He had a lot of explosive plays, and there was just some drop passes there, okay? We dropped a couple of first downs. T. Jackson dropped a touchdown. So everyone say, okay, yeah, we were in, you know, the red zone. We had to score more. Well, Stafford put it there. They just dropped it, okay? And I think Stafford overall played a heck of a game, and I think if he would have just had one more chance, if we could have just got ball back one more time at the end of that game, the refs weren't terrible. Stafford would have had one more chance, down by one. I would have took Stafford every single day to go win that game, and that's assuming that Crosby makes that field goal, okay? I'm taking Matthew Stafford to go down the field and get us a point. The way Matt Prater was kicking, I think it would have been pretty easy for the Lions with just under 2 minutes and Matthew Stafford only needing a field goal. I think it would have been really easy for the Lions to go down and get field goal range, but it didn't happen either way, though. Keeping that out of the equation, Matthew Stafford still played a really good game. Next up, we have Justin Coleman. I could not keep Justin Coleman off. Justin Coleman was amazing. Now, did he give up a touchdown? Yes. Was it really a touchdown? No. Okay, he wasn't even in the end zone. I can show you guys a picture if you want. But either way, other than that, he was pretty much amazing. I mean, there's not much more I could ask for from Justin Coleman. He came up with an interception. This guy has great man-to-man defense. They don't test Darius Slay much because they know who Darius Slay is. They know what he's about. So they test the other guys. They test the Justin Colemans. And he locks up. You know what they also test? Rashawn Melvin. And he locks up for the most part. Okay, yes, they give up a few plays. But to play man-to-man like that really tight, they are really, really good. I'm so glad we brought both of these guys in. They have exceeded my expectations already, especially Justin Coleman. He has been out of this world. One of the top cornerbacks in the NFL. Other than that touchdown, he couldn't have played much of a better game. He had a huge pick for us. Justin Coleman was amazing. Next up, Matt Prater. Matt Prater, you were great. Okay, Matt Prater has been doing this recently. He's been hitting all of his field goals, and we took a lot of them. He made them all. He made a long one over 50 yards. You know, it's cold there. It's not the best conditions, but he was still doing his thing. Matt Prater, you're so dang reliable. I'm so glad we have you as a kicker and we found you because you're just amazing. Prater is definitely one of my favorite players on this team. This dude is awesome. So glad we have Matt Prater. He was great. Well, the referees did really well, okay? They did really well helping the Packers win this game. Sarcasm. Well, they called a touchdown for Lazard, who actually wasn't in the end zone. I thought they reviewed every scoring play, but apparently not. They also called hands to the face, Trey Flowers, not once, but twice, and both times really cost us the game. The first time would have been a sack. We would have had the ball back up 9. The second time, the same exact thing happened, but instead it was a 3rd and 5. But since they got the first, they were able to run out the clock, so we couldn't give Stafford the ball back and force a field goal attempt then.
One time in a game, that's one thing. The exact same thing happens again. What was your exchange with the referee at that point?
I actually changed the position of my hand because it was to the chest initially, which is right here. I was doing it all game. I didn't know there was a flag to the chest, so I actually changed it to right here. And he called it again. Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's only 3 mistakes. Okay, wait, no, they made a 4th one. That was no pass interference call, Marvin Jones. We couldn't review that. We wouldn't have got that call. If you watch the NFL, they don't overturn anything. Okay, now some of these, maybe you say, okay, well, maybe that's not, maybe they were right on this one. It's fine. I just want to point out a couple controversial ones, okay? Next up, 13 men on the field that they missed. The Packers had 13 men on the field. We had 12. They found ours. They had 13 one time. Apparently, they missed it. I don't know how. They did, though, okay? Next up, Tracy Walker. He's called for a flag for going for the interception. Is that a rule? I don't even know at this point. I don't know how that's a flag. It is a flag. They call it a flag. It is what it is. I don't get it. Kerryon Johnson, the incomplete pass. They would have recovered. It would have been a fumble, right? Nope, he didn't. So it's got to be an incomplete pass, which held us to a field goal on that drive. But I'm not going to get too mad because that one is controversial. You could be on both sides of that one. I understand if you're against that one. And finally, we missed a delay of game by the Green Bay Packers. Okay, they had a delay of game at their own side. They didn't call it. The clock ran out. Look, I'm not trying to rant here. I'm just pointing out a couple of good things that the referees did in this game. And there was definitely more. But that's it. That's it. I'm done. That's all I wanted to get in this video. That's all I want to talk about the refs. That's all I was going to talk about what they did wrong, okay? Now, I have a couple of options at the bottom, but other than that, I just want to talk about a little bit what they did wrong, a couple of misplays or controversial plays, and there you go. Now, let's move on. The game plan. I thought the game plan was really good for the Detroit Lions. Saw Matt Patricia came in there. He was really smart, and when the Packers started to get it going before half, Matt Patricia adjusted, and coming out of the second half, our defense played well. So, I couldn't hate on the game plan at all, and Darrell Bevell knew what he was doing. Yes, did we struggle to run the ball? Yes, but was that the game plan's fault? Probably not. We should have been able to run the ball. We didn't run well. Offensive line didn't do their job that well. A'Shawn Robinson, or whoever punched that ball out, I believe it was A'Shawn, but that first fumble that we forced was huge, but A'Shawn did play a good game either way. Now, what went wrong for the Detroit Lions? Okay, where's the bad? What's the bad category? Well, I have 2 things here. The first one is offensive line for rush blocking. We weren't blocking anything when we were trying to run the ball. We did not run the ball well at all. We had a couple of plays that was like 5 yards, and it was like, hey, there we go, because nothing else was there. We could not block, and we were struggling to run block. It was terrible. I can't put that on Kerryon because it does start at the offensive line. We just weren't able to get any kind of push. That definitely hurt us. Against the Packers team that doesn't do that well against the run, we should have been able to take advantage. We weren't. And next, Rick Wagner. Rick, what the heck was going on, my guy? You were just... Smith was just dominating. I understand he's like a linebacker and he's faster, but what the heck? You were getting burned multiple times off the edge quickly, and it was tough. Really hurt our team's chances. Okay, I get a couple of them, but he had a few of those things where he just got ran by. Now, need for improvement, okay? Yes, the refs are definitely in this situation, but we're going to look at Lions players here. First off, Jared Davis. He needs to be improved. Now, his tackling... it got better, right? He missed 1 tackle, but other than that, I thought he was fine tackling. His coverage, though, is really struggling, and it's always tough. We had another linebacker get burnt on a touchdown pass that they dropped. So it's tough to cover as a linebacker. They're just going to be in that tough situation, but I would like to see him get a little bit better in that situation. TJ Hockenson, now this one's hard for me because he is a rookie, but he dropped the touchdown pass. Okay, now TJ Hockenson bounced back with that catch over the middle that Matthew Stafford trusted him on the linebacker. But he did drop a few passes, and that's not something that we can have. We needed him, okay? We're up 10-0. Could have made it 17, but he dropped the end zone pass, okay? We just need you for those. That's why we drafted you number 8. We need those out of you, TJ, but I'm not going to go off. He's still a rookie, okay? And finally, you could throw Kerryon in here. I don't know. I just threw it in there. I don't know if you want to or not. This is kind of up to you because Kerryon Johnson, I don't think he played a bad game. The problem was we weren't blocking. But then the fumble, which they didn't call a fumble, so really it's just a drop pass. So I don't know. You can put Kerryon in for improvement if you want. I don't know. I just put him in there because I wasn't really sure. There was a lot of people upset. Okay, I'm not the only one. It's not just Lions fans either. It's not just us. Tony Dungy on Twitter, upset about the game. Clay Matthews, who was a Packers player, was upset about the game. Barry Sanders, the Barry Sanders that doesn't say anything. He's always quiet. He keeps to himself. He said, because Lions players won't say this, I will. Barry Sanders spoke up on Twitter, and it was getting big, okay, really quickly. Eddie Jackson, he spoke up as well. So did tons of other people, a lot of big social media people, right? A lot of big NFL guys, fans, stuff like that. It was crazy last night. Tons of Lions players obviously were not happy about the game. I was not happy about the game. There was just a lot going on. Dan Orlowski was crazy upset. That's like a news story going around right now. So I wanted to just point that out, that we're not the only ones, okay? This is a problem, and I think you guys hit it best when you said, okay, well, what are we going to do about it? Because me ranting, right, doesn't fix anything. I want to figure out what we're going to do. The only idea I had is starting a movement, I guess, if everybody's wearing these. But otherwise, that's probably not going to happen, right? Let's be honest, that's probably not going to happen. What does the NFL need to do to the refs? Well, they need to find some way to consequence, right? Because there's no reason you should make all these mistakes and get away with it. You're going to find the players, find the refs. If you're going to find the players for making a dumb hit or having a hit head-to-head, but you're going to go out there, make mistakes, and after the game say, oh, we were wrong, we made a mistake, you should be fine. That costs games. It's 16 games. And it's more than that. Because me saying, oh, it costs games, that can cost jobs. That can cost jobs in the NFL. There's only 16 games. You have to take advantage. I understand missing 1 or 2 calls, but missing over and over with the same player, that can't happen. And that's why there needs to be consequences. Maybe get full-time referees, NFL. I don't know why not. Just do it. I mean, I don't know why it's that hard to get full-time referees. I don't know why you wouldn't do that, but they're not going to. Nope, they're not going to do that. So we have not full-time referees with no consequences. They have to have consequences for making mistakes like this. When they come out after the game and say, find mistakes, there has to be a consequence there. I'm sorry. And if they're not getting paid enough to have a consequence, make them full-time. I don't know. I want to hear your ideas below. That's really all I have. But next week, the Lions are still in a good position. Okay, so let's bring some positivity in this. We are okay. We are okay. And the reason we're okay is because we're fine in our schedule. Okay, now I know this one hurts more just because we know we should have won. But if we just take the loss, okay, we got the loss, we're 2-2-1. Let's see what we have coming up. We have a big opportunity again, and we're fine. We play the Vikings next week, which if we can win that game, it'd bring us to 3-2-1, get us 1-1 in our division, jump us ahead of the Vikings, and have the same amount of losses as the Bears. And if the Packers lose, we'd have the same amount of losses as the Packers, and we play them at the end of the season. So we're still okay. There was a lot of positives to take away from that game. We played a heck of a game. We know we can beat them. I'm not scared of Rodgers. I wasn't scared coming into the game. We just kind of you know what happened. There's a lot of good things to take away from it, but also we're in a position where it's okay. Our schedule is going to lighten up. We have a lot of divisional games coming up, so we have an easy chance to make up some ground. This is our first divisional game. It's not like we put ourselves in the big hole. I know you want to look at it, and it's easy to exaggerate, like, oh no, we're done. But if we take a step back and relax, okay, take a breath, we're okay. We are okay. We're going to play them at the final game of the season. We have tons of time to make up ground. And by the last game of the season, that could be the game that decides who wins the division. And hopefully, because it's at home, maybe that kind of thing doesn't happen again. Or hopefully by then there's a solution. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below, because I don't know what we should do here. I don't know what the NFL should do. I just want to hear your thoughts. I'm not going to rant too much about it because there's not much I can do. If you guys want one of these shirts, definitely check one out. There's a lot of good, some bad, some need for improvement. I appreciate y'all for stopping in. The stream was awesome last night. Okay? And I'm out.